Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Live, episode 34, where we have a new intro that still doesn't play properly sometimes, and I haven't got my green screen up so you can see the mess that is behind me. I am El Gran Queso, and I'm about to cough, which doesn't go bode well for my intro, and I'm joined by my co-host, the non-coughing Miss Bree.
Hi, bestie. Non-coughing and non-late, because I've figured out that the clocks went, was it forward or was it back? I'm still a bit vague on that. Anyway,
they went
forward.
forward.
It's nice to see you in the chat. How's things going with you?
They went forward, otherwise you would have been an hour early last week.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the easy way to work that out. Yes, Barlett, welcome. Yes, have another billionaire magnum. That is a good idea.
I definitely would. We went to the park and took a turn around today, didn't we?
We did 1.5 laps of the park because you were like quit and only did half a lap for the second one. I don't know why.
Squiggle laps. We did a figure eight, didn't we? Like made a chicane in the middle of the park.
Well, it wasn't really a figure of eight. It was more of a loop and then a cut. It was like the shortcut.
It's been really nice in the UK here, hasn't it?
It was cold. I still had like a jacket and a jump and a coat on. Like, I'm cold. It was sunny. I will give you that. It was sunny. We need to go to Hunstanton, then we can go to Sunny Honey.
True. Do you know what? I haven't been to Sunny Honey for probably about 15 years.
I haven't been there for a long time.
Anyway, what have you been playing, bestie? I've heard you're 40th in the world. Is this true?
I don't know. It's not been confirmed yet. I've submitted my thing off. But no, we weren't running round the park, Barlett. We were taking a leisurely stroll. We were enjoying the day and just strolling around the park, looking at all the fat squirrels and pigeons, because the park where I live has very fat pigeons.
They are. They're incredibly fat.
Huge.
You feel like they look tasty.
You went to Sunny Honey last year. Woohoo! Go Barlett. Yes, I on Monday, where it's Mario Monday, because it's Mario Monday's a thing.
Just another Mario Monday.
Oh, do you really want me to do this?
Go on, do it.
It's not. I don't have it programmed into this scene, I'm afraid. Sorry. Yes, so I've been doing like for the past few weeks trying to like get a good time on the endless easy speed run. So you have to do like the first page in as fast as possible. It's like the world record is something like 10 minutes something, which is ridiculous.
What was your time?
I previously had a 13:08 that would have put me about 130th in the world, but I pulled out an 11-minute 39, which puts me at 40th, which is just what? So I've submitted that. I thought it was 11:40 on the video, which there is a video up on my YouTube channel, because I need to upload it for verification. So yeah, so hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks they'll look at that and go, yes, you did, well done. You are now 40th in a speed run where luck is all important, because it's luck what levels you get. So if you get long levels, you just can't do it. If you get really short levels, you could get a ridiculously quick time. So yeah, 100% luck, which is why I thought, you know what, I could probably do this one if I just persevere. And lo and behold, I did. I still want to get a bit better. I'd like to get in like the top 20. So I'm not giving up yet. But
I didn't see any squirrels in people's hair. No, I have to say that. Although Farron did once see.
Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday on the stream, which is why it's been brought up.
What was it? It wasn't a squirrel. What was it?
It was a squirrel. It was on her shoulder, and then it just ran into her hair and just like nested there while she was walking down the street.
It was like a weasel or something.
No, it was a squirrel. I did try to take a discreet photo, but it was really hard to get a photo of a tiny little squirrel crawling into some lady's hair. The things you see where I live. So have you finished Alice yet?
I haven't. You know, it's getting a bit more tricky.
Yeah, games tend to do that. They start off easy and then they get harder and harder.
It's the platform side of it, because you know I don't play platforms.
Yeah.
So it's the platform side of it. The puzzle side of it, I'm pretty quick and everything, but I've got to this section now, which is quite hard. And it basically, there are probably about 12 different elements strung together. And if you get to 9 and stuff it up, it'll send you all the way back to the beginning, which is quite frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a bit stuck on that, but I'm still really, really enjoying it. I really like it. I like the look of the game. But I have done a little bit more of Skyrim, and I've done a bit of SSX Tricky 3.
Ew.
So I've been doing a trick boarding on the slopes as well. So it's been a busy week, Xbox.
I started.
I'm looking at the game though. So if anybody's got anything on the Xbox that they want to recommend,
try Outriders. It only came out last week, and it's on Game Pass. And I'd like to get someone's take on it. Just try it. It's new. It's like a what's it called? It's kind of like an online game without being an online game.
Oh really?
So it's light RPG, like a looter shooter. So lots of shooting, lots of looting. Yeah, but that's kind of where we are. I actually played Skyrim on stream for the first time, like in ages yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about that in the park today. Didn't
I know, because I finished the game that I was playing. It was like, what should we play? And people were like, play Skyrim. I was like, hell yeah, I'll play Skyrim.
Are you playing a stealthy archer by any chance?
No, we're playing a thief. We're playing evil Khajiit who doesn't like people. And so we joined the Thief's Guild straight away before doing anything else.
Okay. All right. So have you trashed the beehives yet?
Yes. And I managed to only burn 3, which is good. Right. Should we get on with some of the quick news?
Yeah, the type of news that we don't really want to talk about, but we think we should mention.
Exactly, that sort. Okay, first off, Super Mario 3D All-Stars remains in the top 10 in the UK, despite it being discontinued. All those people panicking that they couldn't get it, it's still there. Monster Hunter has now shipped, like last week we said it had shipped 4 million units. It's now shipped over 5 million units worldwide.
That is a lot.
Yes, as Pokemon card prices soar, there is one company letting investors buy shares in individual Pokemon cards.
Of course they are.
For reasons. Fall Guys has teased a crossover with fellow indie hit Shovel Knight, and apparently the costume will be in store on Saturday. It looks alright. I've never played Shovel Knight, but it does look alright.
How is the Easter Rabbit costume though?
The Easter Rabbit is pretty good. It's got like toe beans, which is really nice, and because it's rabbit feet, they're quite big toe beans as well. Not like the red panda and the koala have toe beans, but they're little diddy toe beans because they've only got little diddy feet. But the rabbit's got bigger feet, so it's got big toe beans.
Yeah, like your big toe beans.
I don't have toe beans. I just have monkey toes.
You do have
right, and PlayStation has got round to telling us what their PlayStation Plus games are this month, and they are actually available for you to download now. And let's just say, yes, they are better than Xbox. Xbox games with gold. It's just you can't deny it. It is.
Do you want to give us a rundown, and I'll tell you what I want to play?
Yes, we have Oddworld Soulstorm, which is PS5 and PS4. We've also got Days Gone and Zombie Army Dead War are the ones that we're being shown.
Okay, so for me, it's got to be Oddworld. I do like a bit of Oddworld, and I played this as far back as 2014.
Yeah,
it's a very strange sort of game, and it's kind of almost depressing in its outlook, but I do like it.
They're like a slave race, aren't they?
So obviously, I don't have a PlayStation, but that would be my pick. The boyf has picked Zombie Army Dead War because, as you know, he likes to kill zombies. Well, he likes to just kill things generally.
Yeah, I mean, if I had it, I'd get them all. I wouldn't mind playing Oddworld. It looks kind of interesting. Yeah. From the reviews, from people that have played it, they say it keeps the feel of the 90s games, but still feels modern enough.
Yeah.
There is something else which isn't in the running order that I'm going to put in now. Because Mario 35 died, didn't it? It was removed from the store. But before the blood is even cold, we've got a new online 99 experience coming. And this time, it is free on Switch if you got the online membership. And it is Pac-Man 99, which actually looks good. And it's going to be available tomorrow. I'm going to actually stream some of it tomorrow if I've got it. I was going to be doing Doshin the Giant. But I'll stream some of this, and then if I like it, if I don't like it, we'll go over to Doshin. But yeah, it's a 99-player Pac-Man Battle Royale.
So we talked a little bit about this, didn't we, this afternoon?
Yeah.
And the rise of the Battle Royale. I think this is another one that's going to be...
don't play too much of the thing or we'll get copyright claim. Yeah, it's just it looks very interesting. You can send ghosts over to other people's screens and stuff.
Love it.
So, yeah. And you can send little slowdown pellets as well, which slow Pac-Man down.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat fancy a game of this? Because I think it looks fantastic to get the whole team on it.
Yeah, and if you've got a Switch and online membership, it is free. So
You know what?
why
The
not give it
posse
a go?
have a Switch, don't they?
Exactly. And the thing is, Pac-Man, it's not the most taxing game in the world. It's fairly basic, isn't it? You got left, right, up and down the controls.
I personally find it massively relaxing, and I always have done. So yeah. BJ, nice to see you.
It was from 2 to 3 years ago. Was that Pac-Man 256? I think I got a video of that up there.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so that's free from tomorrow on Nintendo Switch Online. And that is the quick news. Bum. Okay.
Talk about E3, shall we? Because this was put off because of the pandemic, like everything else, but has now been rescheduled for the 12th to 15th of June.
Yes.
But who is AWOL? Tell me, Bestie.
Well, I know Sony's not there, but they've not been at an E3 for they weren't going to be at last year's E3 anyway, and they weren't at the E3 before.
Yeah. So there are rumours that this won't be behind any kind of paywall, and ESA stresses that it's going to be free. But this is the list of contributors at the moment. We've got Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Brothers Games, and Koch Media. So that's quite the list. And what they're saying is there'll be some major reveals. Not sure whether that's kind of the usual, hyperbole, but we'll see. I mean, because we haven't had anything recently, I think there will be a lot of good stuff.
I mean, the good thing about E3 is it's like you get a lot of news in 1 week. Like last year, it was kind of just all scattered all over the place. So it felt kind of like the year felt a bit empty, even though lots of stuff happened and were announced. Because it wasn't like boom, 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 boom kind of thing.
We didn't have this big event where everything was like piled out.
Yes, but it's all digital this year, and obviously there's no looking at this. There's no Square. There's no Square Enix. There's no Microsoft. There is still time for people to register in, though. It's not definitely fixed yet, but that is quite a small number of people. But it is one of those things. It's like, why do you need? If you were a company, why would you give the ESA money to be at their digital event when you could just use that money to create your own digital event? A fraction of the price, probably. Because I know it's a lot of money.
But I think it'll be 3 days of hijinks nonetheless. I think there'll be stuff coming out of there which will be quite exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
It'd be nice. What would be nice if, because obviously, when you go to E3, not that I ever have, you can, they have, the games for people to try, have demos of games around. It'd be nice if they did, a pass where you could download the demos that would normally be available at E3 so you could play them at home. I think that would be good. And I also think I don't know if that would justify you paying the money to get that pass, because they probably would want you to have to pay for that. But do you know what I mean? Just having online stuff. But again, I think that comes down to, the companies that are going to make that, which again means, why would you need the ESA for this? Why would you need to go to E3 for it? Other than just getting extra eyes on there. But Nintendo, Nintendo does a Nintendo Direct and everyone's looking at it anyway. So I don't see why they need this at all. So that's E3. It is happening this year. It is all digital. Hopefully there'll be some nice stuff coming out of there. Yes, moving on. Let's
talk about the scalpers, Bestie. We don't like scalpers.
No, scalpers are mean. They're mean. They remind this is what your typical scalper looks like. Wario's a scalper. Wario's a scalper.
This scalper story is about, surprise, surprise, Super Mario 3D All-Stars and what's happened now the window has closed.
Yes, what has happened? Let me show you a screenshot. People are being ridiculous and trying to charge $2,500 for a sealed copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And let's bear in mind, it's not like a Thanos snap where every copy of this game has been pumped out of existence. You can still go on Amazon and buy it for regular retail price at the moment. And people are they're wanting Like this one, $2.5 starting bid, 5,000 to buy it now, and it's just like, what?
To be fair, there aren't many bids on these things, are there?
No, there's no bids at all. I think I watched someone covering this a couple of days ago, and they kind of said they found one for $70 that had sold, but no one, this is ridiculous. I don't know what they're thinking, how they even think that someone would want to pay this kind of money for it.
I think they're hoping, aren't they? They're hoping. I think this
weird.
Is probably people who aren't that well educated in the games market.
They've just heard
that it's time limited, have bought one and think, I'm going to make myself a mint, except you're not. Because a lot of people have already bought it. Yeah. The window was not that short.
No, it was 6 months, and Nintendo flooded the market with it. It was really easy to get hold of. I think it's sold like 8 million copies already. So it's not going to be one of these games that are like really hard to come by in years to come. There will be a fairly substantial amount of copies out in the wild. But yeah, so the scalpers are now like, yay, let's try and make money off of people.
But is anybody at all surprised by this?
No.
Anybody at all? Anybody at all?
Exactly. No, we knew this was going to happen. What can you do? Just don't pay that kind of money.
Yeah, I think that's the moral of the story is, don't.
Oh, this one's great. Did you see the top one? $2,500 plus $68.75 shipping.
$68 shipping. That's ridiculous.
What are you going to drive it over in you're in a limousine?
Yeah.
Here is your copy.
Yeah. So our next story does kind of follow on from
that. A developer
why it was has come out limited.
Yeah, has come out and given reasons why it was a limited time run.
This is a bit of a fourth-hand account though, so let's
Yeah, well, I don't think obviously they don't want to name the person because they'd get in a lot of trouble from Nintendo. They have data that shows the release of games tend to wither on wish lists, said a developer who's been involved with publishing several games on the Switch, who asked to remain anonymous because they were not permitted to publicly discuss the meetings. The manufacturing FOMO, fear of missing out, helps them get those sales, or so they think, which is true. I mean, in the last week of it being available, it jumped back up to the top of the UK charts. Because people are like, oh my God, I need to get a copy of this now because it's going to disappear and I'm not going to be able to get a copy of it.
I mean, I do understand that. The whole FOMO thing does drive sales. But I just wonder whether having it available over a period of time, even more sales could have been achieved. I don't know. I presume that they must have done an analysis and decided. It's
a hard one because it's like they're not new games. They're all like games that have been out. Like Super Mario 64. I've got on the N64, I've got it on the DS, I've got it on the Wii U, so I've got it on the Wii, so that's 4 systems I already own that on. Super Mario Sunshine has never been re-released off the GameCube. Mario Galaxy, they re-released it on the Wii U as well. So they're not exactly exclusive games to the Switch, and there are other options.
So the one thing I want to say about this is Doug Bowser had a different story to tell a while ago about this.
Doug Bowser is the president of Nintendo America, and he's needs to keep face for the company.
So what he said was, it's celebration. It's a celebration of the 35th anniversary, and we wanted to celebrate in unique and different ways, and we've done that through the games. So yeah. I don't know.
This is
true.
He did
say it's not a strategy that we're going to be using widely.
The thing is, though,
for this.
Why did they do it to Fire Emblem, which was a digital-only game?
Yeah, that's
and a remake. It's like the first time you could legitimately play the NES version outside of Japan in English, and that was a limited on the thing as well, and that went on the same day. So that was an odd one. So whether they're going to do it again, I think they probably will. I think they will.
I think they will, but the fans didn't like it. However, I did see a comment online which I thought was absolutely phenomenally bang on the money, which said, nobody hates Nintendo like their fans.
Shit, the fans didn't like it, but still nearly 10 million people bought it. So
absolutely. Yeah.
That obviously they're going to look at that and be like, yeah, that worked. Let's do it again. Right. This next one is quite interesting in a fairly interesting kind of way.
Yes, this really speaks to contracts between various different companies involved in gaming. I did think this was very interesting from that point of view because a couple of years ago, PlayStation had announced it had signed a deal with
Yes.
MLB
Yes.
to continue developing the franchise
Yeah.
for
So,
multiple.
yeah, Sony develops and produces MLB, the show, which is a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah,
And it is now, MLB 21 is coming to Game Pass on day of release.
yeah.
So
So
so all your Xbox people are going to be able to just download it with their Game Pass. All the people on PlayStation are going to have to pay $70 for it.
and this is astounding that PlayStation has got so little control over this.
Yeah,
Uh, a game, a franchise that it basically develops, it funds, it maintains, it markets. I'm just stunned that they were able to strike this deal.
it's those deep pockets of Microsoft. It
What?
definitely is.
Yeah, but how did they get around the contract? I mean, contracts are fairly
So
unget-outable.
yeah,
As Judge Judy says, you cannot go outside the four corners of this contract.
well, obviously it wasn't in the contract saying that the game had to only be on PlayStation.
Why would you sign a contract like that? That is just ridiculous. You had
Well, I
to
guess
know that
true,
this was not watertight.
but when you look at things like FIFA, when you look at Madden that are sold everywhere and the amount they sell, I think Sony wanted it. I think they wanted it other places, not necessarily Sony, but MLB wanted it other places so it could be the big baseball franchise rather than being limited to one system.
Yeah,
So
I see
maybe
that,
they
but
worked that into the deal, but obviously I think the fact that it's gone to Game Pass is a bit. I mean,
I'm
especially with
firing my contract lawyer at this point.
especially with how sports games hold their money, this is like
Yes.
amazing for Game Pass because a sports game will come out. Let's say it comes out in January. I know they don't, but let's say it came out in January for $70. By April, it will be half price. By the end of the year, you'll be able to pick it up in a bargain bin for like $10, like £10. And by next year, when the next one's out, they're worth nothing. Sports games
Yeah.
do not hold their price at all.
Yeah.
They really drop. So having them on Game Pass is like,
Fans want
oh,
a yearly update and they will pay for that.
exactly.
So I'm astounded that MLB have been able to do pretty much exactly what they want with the product.
Yeah, I mean, Sony has kind of said that it's MLB. It was MLB's decision. Microsoft approached them. It had nothing to do with us.
We've got no say over it.
We're just making the bloody game.
So basically now PlayStation fans will have to pay an awful lot more than Xbox owners to play this release. That's
Yes.
top and bottom of it. And that, I don't know how that's come about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably never play it anyway. So,
I mean, come on.
but speaking of things costing a lot of money,
Oh, yes.
yes,
Ah,
a sealed copy of the original Super Mario Brothers game
have you got the figure of this? Because it's phenomenal. It's just like bringing me back.
I have. A sealed Super Mario Brothers has sold for a staggering $660,000. So it's now
it's
the
even
most.
got the perforated cardboard hang tab.
Yeah, so it's now the most expensive game ever sold.
For those who don't understand this is a little bit like a first edition of a book.
Yeah, it's one of the earlier ones as well, isn't it? So it doesn't even have certain things on the box that the.
Yeah, I think this is from sometime in early 1987, from what I've read.
Yeah. And it's just. That's ridiculous. Who spends that on a game? And that's the thing. It's not even a rare game. There's like 40.24 million copies of Super Mario Brothers out there in the world. And that's not including re-releases.
Again, Beston.
40.24 million copies are in the world. And someone...
How much did they pay for this?
$660,000.
Over $500,000.
You can see why scalpers' eyes, when 3D All-Stars went, were like, ka-ching!
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not gonna. You're not gonna get that for your game.
No, you're not. But yeah, stunning this one. I think
is.
I'll take a breath and think, whose was this and where's it been?
And I bet there's lots of people that don't really know gaming out there that have seen this and like, oh my god, I've got a copy of that game. Right,
Yeah,
whack it on eBay for 100 grand.
I showed this to Boyf and he was just like, how much? I think he was thinking about going to his childhood home and rifling around.
Yeah, that's not going to be it. Like I say, this is unbelievably good condition. It's still got the plastic tab on, which it used to hang up in the retail. You know, it's never been opened. You don't even know if the game's in there. It could be a different game.
Let's be honest, this has not been bought so somebody can play it.
No, this is going and display somewhere by someone who's got...
This is like sneakers. This is like the sneaker market where you get the first edition of the sneakers and they stay in their box. You don't actually wear them, and they change hands at huge amounts of prices.
Yeah, let's see like how will this record ever be broken? Probably one day, but right?
Yeah, it will. But,
yeah.
Wow.
Like Xbox.
Oh my god. So this next story it has come about through Twitter. So there was a Twitter poll, and this was from Twitter marketing, and this was basically a competition between brands. So best of tweets brand bracket champion, and the nominations were Skittles, which I'm a fan of, and Xbox. So the vote went down. And
it was close. It was close. 49.5% Skittles, 50.5% Xbox.
Yeah. So, but the Xbox just won out by 1%. Yeah. Off the back of that,
this is the good bit. This is the good bit.
Xbox are making a mini fridge in the shape of Series X.
If you remember, they released the full-size fridges as a marketing thing for the Xbox Series X. We're now going to get...
We put out for them to gift us one, but it never happened.
I'll take a mini fridge.
I'll take a mini fridge.
I can have it right here and just like get cold water while I'm playing games. It'd be great. Yeah, so they're going to release some mini fridges. There's no picture of them. There's a picture of an Xbox Series X. So it will look a bit like this, but it'll be a fridge.
So this is official. It's from Aaron Greenberg himself. It's happening.
Yeah. They also what they say like
they're sending one to Skittles. That's what they said.
Awesome. Oh dear.
The thing. What would you keep in your mini fridge?
I would keep my day-old water in there.
Ew.
What's wrong with day-old water? It's like you fill up your water bottle and you don't drink it all and you drink it the next day. What is that bad for?
I drink about 8 bottles a day. So
yeah, but sometimes you don't finish it and there's still some in the water bottle, so you drink it on the next stream. How is that bad? Water's been on that water has been on the planet for millions of years already.
Charlotte was way ahead of you there. She's already in the chat saying, "Will you put your day old?"
Yeah, that's why I said it, because I saw that out of the corner of my eye. And yes, Debbie, I did used to wear a mask on stream, but I got annoyed, so I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to take my mask off and put my ugly face out there. Right, and finally, we've mentioned these before. The amazing manhole covers in Japan that are like Pokemon things. Sorry?
They are called Pokelids.
Yes, Pokelids, and they have got 5 new ones coming out. We've got the Ho-Oh. We have got little baby Pokemon. We've got the Pichu, Igglybuff, and what's the baby fairy called?
I don't know. You're the Pokemon
I can't remember. We've also got
Eva.
These ones.
Nice to see you.
Eva, welcome. And we got these grass ones are there. And
I think these are great.
Oh, they're amazing. It's like I want them in this country.
You know what? Manhole covers need brightening up in this country for
exactly.
Sure. But what would we have on them here?
Pokemon. It's like, why would you even ask?
Oh, I just think those are in Japan. I think probably.
Fine, we'll have Pokemon with English writing on.
I want donuts on there.
You want donuts on them?
Yeah, different flavour of donut. I would just like to say that Krispy Kreme have released a new section of donuts, and one of them is cookie dough donuts.
The
So it's
cookie
like a
dough.
donut
Yeah,
filled
I
with
don't know. I'm not feeling that one myself. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. So who in the chat likes the idea of a cookie dough donut? Because if anybody likes it, I'm going to get one and eat it live on stream next week.
Really? You're going to eat them live on stream?
Yeah.
Is that
I
going to
will
be our
eat
new
a donut
feature?
on stream next week.
Right, we reached that part of the stream again. The part of the stream where Miss Bree eats a donut.
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be good, yeah.
I don't know. It's like you don't eat your donuts as quick as me. It's going to be quite a slow feature. It's going to take a good 3 or 4 minutes. If it was me, that bit would be like, time to eat a donut. Home. Gone.
That's right. Your donut is gone in like 3 bites.
That's
Mine
because
is,
I eat donuts like Kirby.
I think the posse is up for me eating donuts next Wednesday.
Really?
But
Do I
go for it? Barlet says, yes. I mean, what else do? That's it. My girls think it's all good.
This is how I eat donuts.
That's very true. I think I would be a very good role model. You know, self-love, and you know that's very fashionable at the moment for girls. A bit of self-love, and there's no better self-love than a cookie dough donut. And I'll be able to rate it live, give recommendations. See, that'd be a new feature.
New feature: gaming news and donut reviews.
That's right.
Welcome to Ninqueso Live, where we have gaming news and donut reviews.
That's the one. I feel like that would go down well.
Fair enough.
Everybody would get donuts and eat them together. It'd be like a donut in.
See, if I was to do it, it'd be like, yeah, it's all right. There you go. Moving on. Not a fan.
So, have you got any questions in the chat?
Apart from what we're having for dinner.
What I'm having for dinner is chicken stir fry.
Chicken stir fry, eh?
Yeah, what are you having for dinner?
I don't know. I don't really have much in the house. I should have really gone shopping, but I didn't. Because no, I can't afford it. The problem was I had to get cat food, so that takes up a lot of room in my bag when I've got to get cat food. When I got to get pouches and crunchy because they both run out at the same time, and I only have like a rucksack, so I can only really shop what I can fit in the rucksack.
Thank you on Friday.
Yes, what have I missed? Eva, you've just got yourself a Nintendo Switch. Do you have the online stuff? If you do, then Pac-Man 99 comes out tomorrow, which is free if you've got Nintendo Switch Online. There you go, that's what you've missed. The rest was just nonsense.
Fair enough. Although we did do the mini fridge.
Yeah, I think she was here for the mini fridge.
I think I put milk and donuts in my mini fridge.
Who puts donuts in the fridge?
Well, you know, in case it's a warm day.
Even so, why in the fridge? Donuts don't go in the fridge.
Those little cabinets are refrigerated when you go to the supermarkets.
Yeah, but donuts aren't in those little cabinets.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Okay.
I need more memory on my Switch. Oh dear. Yeah, it does take any like micro SD card, which you can get them fairly cheap now. Micro SD cards. I've got like a 400 gigabyte one in mine, and that's pretty full as well. I can't fit all the games on there, which is not good. Right. That was bad. We switched to Kelly Cam.
Okay.
That's because I pressed the button earlier and forgot to cancel it. Thought I'd go over to Kelly Cam while she was there.
Kelly Cam.
Yeah, I've seen the Krispy Kreme cabinet in Morrison's. Yes, they're getting all over the place.
Yeah, there's one in Tesco.
Yeah, there's one in Asda now as well, I think. They used to just be Tesco only.
I prefer to go direct to the source.
Yeah, it's much better to get them from the place where they're made rather than get them. They're made there, then they're shipped, and they're just like old and mouldy. And disclaimer: they're not actually mouldy from the cabinets. They're perfectly fine.
It's just not as fresh.
Don't hold that against. Don't hold exactly. You know, I remember that time before we used to have Krispy Kreme here, where I drove all the way to Milton Keynes just to get some donuts.
I remember that time.
It's like,
you brought me a dozen, didn't you?
Maybe. This was before I knew you. It was like my ex had gone away with her family, and I was like by myself all weekend. I drove to Milton Keynes, bought a double dozen, 24
That's
donuts.
it.
I bought 24 donuts.
Never leave an Ninqueso
I bought
unattended.
24 donuts and I ate them all in 2 days. And I only had about 4 left on the second day. And yes, I was sick, but then I carried on eating them. I was actually physically sick halfway through the donuts, but then I still had some more afterwards.
Of course you did. And with that, where can they find you, Bestie?
You can find me in the local A&E where I've been had my stomach pumped for over donuts eating. Or, failing that, you can find me on Facebook, Ninqueso.74. But I don't stream on Facebook anymore because they paid me and now I'm free. Yay! Free to be on Twitch. You can also find me right here on Twitch where I stream daily at the moment. And I've got numerous YouTube channels, like so many. I can't even go over them.
Have.
How about you?
Well, you can find me over on Twitter. I am Gamer Girl Miss Brie. So GMRGRL_MISSBRIE. Are you ready to do the Batman thing?
No. We need a different way to finish this game. Finish these shows because this isn't it.
Is it all getting too much?
This isn't it. The pressure, I just can't cope.
Can't take the pressure. It's go with donuts. You know what I'm going to do next Wednesday.
Okay, let's go for it. I'm
going to count you in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Will Miss Brie find that she's actually in love with cookie dough flavoured donuts, or will she choke live on stream? Find out the questions to these answers. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel.
Actual stories may vary.
This doesn't work. I ruined it again. Right. I must remember to be clicked onto the internet window when I press this button. If I'm clicked onto the other side, it takes me to the big me thing.
Dear me. Okay, people.
Professionals!
Notwithstanding our unprofessionality, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share us with your
Cat
friends.
just sneezed on my arm.
Does help us out. Good grief. Say good night.
No, I got cat sneeze all over my arm. Good night, bestie.